Hi, we're Marg and Steve from Gibbo's Road Trip Adventures, and we are obsessed with road tripping in our 14.6 foot off-road pop-top caravan. We love nothing better than getting off-grid, and not all goes to plan, but that's all part of the adventure. We are very passionate about our camp cooking, and we are happy to share our experiences on YouTube, so come with us.
All I ask you, let me be there, let me be there.
Welcome to Gibbo's Road Trip Adventures, and this trip is guaranteed to be the most epic and adventurous trip to date for us because we're heading to Cape York. Woohoo! Anyway, to set ourselves up, we did a few things on our vehicle, our 200 Series LandCruiser. We went back to Wrapped Graphics in Mount Ku-ring-gai near Hornsby, New South Wales, who did our sign writing on our vehicle and van. Anyway, what we asked them to do was to pop a rear windscreen protector on for us, and this new armour is strong enough that you can throw a brick at, so no more broken back windows. We weren't keen to get a stone stomper, and this is what we chose to do. In addition, we've also set ourselves up with Starlink, a Starlink Mini, because we thought we are going to be remote, and in case of an emergency, we are going to croc country, whatnot. We wanted to be able to have contact to the outside world. This will also prove quite good for making future bookings, as well as looking up points of interest, Googling places that we're about to go through. Also, to secure our Starlink, we went with a Smart Touring Systems mini mount bracket, and totally recommend it. It was really easy to install. It also has a lock, so you can lock it in place and have peace of mind that it can't be taken off your vehicle. You can also pop it out. So if you're camped under trees and you need the Starlink to be in full view of the sky, you can actually easily get it out as well. So to get started on day one, we finished work and we drove as far as we felt comfortable to Bingara from Hornsby on the 6th of July. So day two sees us in Queensland when we drove all day from Bingara to Springsure to end up in a really cool free camp with a great outlook. So we have managed to get a nice spot looking out at Virgin Rock here at Springsure in Queensland. It's a free camp and we've got this spot. To be completely honest about where we were on the main road, but thankfully it was quiet at night, but we did wake to some B doubles, and that was fine because we were ready to get back on the road. So we're venturing on, and we're now in Emerald. And it has
the world's largest replica of Vincent van Gogh's Golf, the sunflowers.
There you go, so it's on an easel. The sun's in the wrong spot, unfortunately, so I don't know if this is picking that up clear enough. There you go. A very big easel. Fascinating.
We love them big.
We do love them big. So day 3 sees us put in more good hours to get further north from Springsure to Mingela. where we decided to stay behind a pub that's just been open for 2 weeks. It's actually going to be run by a 20-year-old entrepreneur, and her name is Kelsey. She is awesome, and we were right in time to be here to watch the State of Origin.
He's ready.
Okay, here we are at Mingela.
Mingela.
Oh, Mingela. There you go. I always say it wrong. At a pub that Kelsey has bought, and she's the youngest publican in Australia.
Yeah, one of them. They're one of the youngest.
So how old are you?
20.
20, and you've just bought this, and how long did it take you to do it up?
Yeah, so I bought it about a month and a half ago, and yeah, it took just over a month to do what we had to do, and still plenty to do, so yeah.
And it's been open for how long?
2 weeks tomorrow.
And how's it been?
Unreal, it's been so good. The support and that from everyone's been, so good.
So we think if you go, you're heading near Charters Towers.
Yep, Charters.
Yeah, it's not far out of town, so come and see Kelsey and buy a beer and a burger.
Yep,
yeah.
Thank you very much.
And you can camp out the back too, yeah. You've
Yeah.
got toilets and showers.
Yeah, plenty of camping room.
Yeah, and I'm sure Larry will be here.
Yeah, we've got Larry. His grandmother used to own this pub, apparently a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, long time ago. It was double story.
Oh, really?
Four
But it
ago,
burnt
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a place of sunsets and happiness, isn't it?
Yep, 100%.
Here's a little history on the Mingela Hotel, which was formerly known as the North Australian Hotel and was built as a 2-storey wooden building. But unfortunately it burnt down in the 1940s. But the town folk were really keen to have a pub, so they relocated the town hall by rolling it into its current position via logs. That's pretty cool. So after an interesting night of watching State of Origin, it must have been the quietest Steve's ever been. Blues won and we're in Maroon territory. Anyway, they were good sports and we had a really good time. It's breakfast time, and before we hit the road, I thought I'd try out our new air fryer that I got from Kmart. I'll pop a price up on the screen now, $39. It's a little whiz. So I've ended up cooking 4 croissants. I've done 2 at a time, and it drained probably 4% of our power. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to trying other recipes. So with brekkie in our tummies, it was time for us to move on and head further north. I just wanted to make mention that Mingela Hotel's grand opening is tomorrow, Saturday the 1st of August 2026. Kelsey's organised lots of things for a really fun day and evening. There's a bucking bull and there's even live music. I think we need to get behind these little country pubs and support them. So if you're in the area, please consider calling in for the celebration and even camp behind. It's only $10 a night.
So today we went through Townsville and we've continued to head north, and we've just come to Murray Falls in a national park here. It looks beautiful. Steve tells me there's no crocodiles. Look at that. How lovely. I bet it's cold. And the temperature is really comfortable. I think it's only 22 degrees today, but we are in shorts and t-shirts, which is nice because at home we were all rugged up back in Sydney. Lovely. I think like Mossman Gorge, you know, they warn about the water temperature being cold. It can actually affect you.
Yeah.
So be careful. Anyway.
But this is not too bad, temperature-wise.
No. Did you just feel the water?
Yeah.
The camping area was lovely here, and we did consider camping for the night. But as we still had more hours in the day, we thought we'll keep venturing north and check out another site that we'd seen on Wiki Camps. I do recommend going here, and especially in the warmer months when you can get in that water and enjoy it.
So we've ended up here at a little free camp. I'll have to get Steve to tell me where I am. So apparently there are crocs here. Another camper that's here has just gone in the river. Yes, so I think you've got to be game to give it a go. It's so crystal clear, it's beautiful.
So the day's finally come that we have the short drive to Cairns to meet up with our kids. We cannot wait. This trip is all about getting to Cape York and going on one of the biggest adventures of our road tripping life. Anyway, I hope you subscribe and continue to follow as the episodes come. I am finishing this one off here, and I'll start off with us heading to Cape Tribulation. Thanks for watching.
There we go. These are our beautiful kids. We're all together, except for Ben and Holly.
Oh, yes.
Into the circle.
Come on.
So, where are we going?
Cooktown, Somerton. Oh,
Cape York. Woo! Anyway, that's enough of that.
Thank you for
We're
that.
in for a bit of shenanigans.
Just making our way up to the Bloomfield track.
Yeah, thought we'd check it out.
So David Attenborough's favourite place